Hello, wonderful beings. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, episode number 91. So, let me show you guys the Wheel of Wisdom that we have, which gives us wonderful pieces of wisdom and, messages that we need to hear at this moment in our life. So, this is our Wheel of Wisdom. Okay, and this wheel contains the name of 31 books right now, and they were selected out of the many books that I've read in the past 8 years in my own journey. And I love these books. And and before we spin this wheel, I invite you all to take a moment to bring to your mind if there's anything specific going on in your life, like a specific issue that you're dealing with, a specific area of your life in which you would like to receive some direction or clarity. Or if there is nothing specific, then you can just set an intention that may I be open to receive some guidance for today. So once you have thought of something, you can let me know by pressing the heart option somewhere here, and then we can spin the wheel and begin with the fun and wisdom. Okay, I see some people have thought of something good. So yeah, maybe one sip of water and then we can continue. Okay, we is ready. Beautiful. Yeah, I love the interaction always. Okay, so let's spin. Okay, I'm going to share the name of the book that came up for us. So, the book for us, that universe, God, source, spirit, divine consciousness, whatever you believe in, has chosen for us to receive a message from is super attractors, methods for manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. And this book has been written by Gabriel Bernstein. So, yeah, let's see what wants to come through from this amazing book. Okay, give me a second to open the book. Okay, so we have some messages. I'm going to get to that in a second. Yeah. So Rachel says, may I be open to receive some guidance today? Wonderful. So Rachel, I hope that this is something that would brighten your day. Leslie says, how appropriate. Okay, loving the alignment. Amelia says, that title makes my heart smile. Yeah, me too. Huh, I'm going to repeat that for you again then. Because I want your heart to smile. All of you guys' heart to smile and just be filled with joy. Okay, so the name of the book is Super Attractive: Methods for Manifesting a Life Beyond Your Wildest Dreams. So let's see what wants to come through. Give me a second to choose some numbers because in a moment from now, I am going to ask you guys to choose a number between certain numbers, okay? And I don't want you guys, if anyone is joining us for the very first time, I want to let you know that there is no rush here. I'm not going to go with the first person, that is not the criteria. Instead, I want you guys to take your time to tune into your intuition and see which number is popping up for you, and then share that in the comments, okay? And why I say no rush, because I'm not going to choose the top number, but a number randomly out of all those numbers based on my intuition, okay? So I invite you guys to choose a number between 15 to 160. Here you go. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Simon. Interesting, Rachel. The number you choose is exactly the number of people that joined today. Huh. Okay, a lot of double numbers today, huh? A fan of double numbers like angel numbers, you guys. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Amelia, Leslie, Marie, V, Lisa. Rachel says, "Oh wow, it is." Yeah. See the alignment. We are not aware of it, but maybe your subconscious picked it. Okay. So now I'm going to go through these numbers and choose a number that I am feeling called to. Okay. Rachel says it just flashed in my head. Hmm. There is a lot of like connection. I'm feeling a lot of connection here today. So yeah, that is wonderful. Hmm. Rachel, your mind is tuned into the collective. Okay, so let's see. Leslie says 1111 appears to me regularly. Uh-huh, interesting. The kind of the manifestation number. And by the way, it is also the exact time on which I was born. So yeah, I was born at like 11:11. Oh, Leslie says every day. Interesting. So yeah, maybe this is the perfect time for you to manifest something. And especially like in this, so I heard that there is like Lionsgate portal opening and I think it opened on 28th July and it is going to continue till 12th of August. So, so yeah, maybe choose. Just let your mind live those wildest dreams, imagine all of that. Rachel says, wow, you were born 11/11. Yeah, it is quite interesting. I was pleasantly surprised when I got to know about it. Hmm. Mhm. Okay, so let's see now. I can talk to you guys forever, but yeah, some of some of the people I might also be waiting for a reading. So now I'm going to focus and choose a number. Okay. So, before I share the number with you guys, I want to remind you or let anyone know who is joining for the very first time that whoever number I choose, it doesn't mean that that reading is just for them. Since you're here, you are meant to receive that message, whatever message is going to come through. Okay. So, and they are just another source of wisdom, just another source through which the universe or God is communicating that message to you. So, yeah, keeping that in mind, the number that is, coming up for me is 77. And the number has been chosen by V for all of us. Thank you, V, for choosing that number. Okay, so let's see what wants to come through from this page. 77. So, what I'm doing now is that, what I do is that, as I was reading some of these books, what I did was you know, um, highlighted the insightful passages or the transformative exercises from this book. And what we do is that, whatever number that I choose from what you guys mentioned, I open that page number and read the highlighted text. Okay, my tongue is twisting or fumbling, so I need to drink water. Hmm. Okay, so we are going to see what wants to come through from page number 77. Hmm. Maybe you will like it. Okay, so the heading for this is Hi Amber, welcome. You are just in time. I was just about to read the first, the first message or the first reading. Okay, so the heading for this is Find joy in any situation. The author says our resistance to joy blocks us from attracting whatever it is that we desire. When we embody an energy of joy, we release the resistance. I recognize that it can be difficult to find joy in seemingly joyless situations, but it's far more painful to live a joyless existence. So many of us inadvertently live that way, whether by focusing on what's not working or by frequently complaining about our circumstances. We hope that complaining will make us feel better or at least help us find a sympathetic ear. But when we focus on what's not working, we just get more of what's not working. So there is the saying that where our attention goes, energy flows. So we are investing more and more into, so if we are focusing on what is not working for us, what is going wrong, then our energy is going there, and we are also feeling all those kind of emotions like frustrated, sad, angry, or whatever emotion that is coming up for you. And those emotions are actually not in alignment with the things that we do want. So if you want like your dream job, for example, and you get a rejection letter, okay, so you're feeling frustrated, and it is not at the same frequency as you finding your dream job and feeling satisfied or joyful or all of those emotions. So this brings a gap, and hence, when you are in these low vibrations, then you're going to attract more of what you don't want. So it is kind of an explanation in terms of the energetics. But if we look at it more scientifically, so if we says that this fits nicely with the meditation, focus on joy. Exactly, V. Thank you for highlighting that. Yeah, I was wondering, that we did a meditation on like feeling afraid or scared of the future and all of those kind of stuff. Because we are worried that whatever is happening to us, in a way, or it is things are not going well and stuff like that. So yeah, perfect alignment. Thank you, V, for sharing that. Um, yeah, so I was saying that, so I just explained or shared what was coming up for me in terms of like the energy world. But if we were to look at it from logic, if you are a skeptic or, that kind of a person or who would like to think, bring in more logic simply, then you can also think of it in this way that if you are, if you're always focusing on what is wrong, what the situation is lacking and stuff like that, then what you're doing is that you are um, programming your mind in a way to look and find these things only, you know. For example, if you have like a whole picture in front of you and you're always giving your mind to look for um, the red color, for example, then your mind is getting programmed to only look at those, only look for the things that are going wrong, things that are lacking, things that are wrong, you know. So you don't know, but you are programming your mind in that manner. And when you go with your life, whenever a situation comes or whenever as you're going through your life, since you have programmed your mind that way because you are repeating that thing again and again, you're complaining, you're finding faults, you are thinking of what's not working, how this thing is bad, how it might get more bad, you know, then since this is your programming, your mind is going to act in that way and your mind is going to shift your focus because you know we do not perceive like all of the reality. We perceive, we select, we are very selective. Our mind is selective. Okay. So whatever your reality is, it's not the objective one. You have selectively picked out information. Okay. That specially supports your belief. So um, yeah. So your mind is getting programmed, and now what is it is going to find focus on is finding more evidence as to how your life is miserable, how everyone is suffering, how you know how all the things that are wrong with you, how the situation might go bad. So that is going to continue. Okay. So so it is again with the neuroplasticity thing, like just like we can change our brain. So, mhm, okay, not jumping to that, but every time we think or act in a certain way, it's like, you know, there is this neuron, basically brain cells, okay, and a particular set of neurons get activated, and a neural pathway is created, like a road, you know, a path. So the more the number of times you act on this, the more the connection, you know, strengthens. So imagine a thread is getting connected, you know, between these neurons, and the more visible it becomes, okay, and the more accessible it becomes. So whenever something happens, whatever situation happens, you are more likely to take on to this pathway because there are a lot of neurons like an open field, and it is uncertain, you know, to do something different. So you are going to work on this pathway that is already laid out. And what is this pathway? This pathway is about focusing on the things that are going wrong, focusing on the faults, focusing on complaining about things and stuff like that. So you're going to choose this pathway. Okay. So that is, you know, so that is an explanation in terms of like more logic about whatever we read. And hmm. And I have a few resources for anyone. There are a lot of comments. I'm going to just go through them in a moment, but without ending my flow. I think I have two resources for you guys. If you would like to, you know, I think many resources, but yeah, now a lot of resources are coming to my mind. But I'm going to share why I think of this resource when I did this reading, okay? And if it feels like, okay, this resonates with you, you can go ahead and save it. If not, ignore it. Okay. So, the first thing that is coming to my mind this this course on the beliefs. Because, as I said, what you're going to focus on is determined by the kind of beliefs that you hold in your subconscious. Okay. So, this course will help you shine a light of your awareness, you know, like a torchlight on those beliefs. So you actually see them, you actually see the puppet masters who are running your life. Okay. So I have included all the different techniques that I know of to help you identify your limiting beliefs. And Leslie says, good recommendation. Yeah. Thank you, Leslie. I am glad that, you know, maybe you took the course and yeah, or it resonated with you. Okay. And in that, I also have explained in more detail as to how you might be creating your own life, how you might be creating your own, the results that you're getting in your life. So, if you want to understand and find out, like actually take action on this knowledge that we discussed, then you can check out this course, like save it. Um, and the next course that I'm going to recommend to you is hmm, this one. So, it will basically help you develop the skill of mindfulness because even though you know that I have these limiting beliefs or I have these kind of thoughts, still, still, what is going to happen is when the situation arises, you're going to again, go back to that laid out pathway and react in that manner. So you need a space, you need something, you need a reminder in that moment that, okay, this is happening. So you need to become aware that now my belief has gotten activated in the moment when it is happening. And that can only happen when you are mindful, when you are living, with awareness rather than just going on an automatic mode. So, if you want to develop that skill, because that skill is going to help you recognize that this is getting activated, and then what it is going to do is give you two choices. Do you want to go, with the old pathway, or do you want to try a new way of responding? that is going that is more aligned with what you want in your life. Okay, so in that case, if you would like to start your mindfulness journey or deepen it, then you can check out this particular course. And a third course that was coming to my mind, I was like worried that it might feel like too much of promotion or stuff, but I'm just mentioning them because it is aligning with the reading that we did, and I think that I have some resources to take you further on this journey. So I hope that you don't mind a little bit of, delay before the next reading. Yeah, the third course is this one. So this course contains all the different kind of thinking patterns, all the common thinking patterns that people all over the earth have according to, few therapeutic approaches. And I mentioned what that type of thinking pattern is. For example, one you might be familiar with is catastrophizing that, oh, what if this happens? What if things go south? What if, this happens then, so going down the spiral. So similarly, there are different kind of thinking patterns that people get into and that are not working in their favor, that are not helping them or serving them. So, if you want to become aware of what those are and learn techniques to address each of them, I have specific techniques that address each different type of thinking pattern that might be making your life miserable and taking you away from that joy, the joy that we were talking about. Then you can check out this particular course. Okay. Now I'm going to move to the comments and then we might do another reading from the same book or a different one. Okay, that is your choice. Hmm. Okay, Amber says it's true to, where was I? Yeah, it's true to a larger extent. Um, yeah, I'm glad that, Amber was resonating with the energy thing that I mentioned, and also with the, the explanation regarding the neurons and everything. So Amber says neurons that fire together, wire together, it is said. Yeah, exactly. The yeah, it is like it goes with the explanation when we are trying to explain like how your brain can change or how what is a neural pathway. So yeah, the statements pretty much, by Hebb, I think, yeah, by Hebb sums this, neurons that fire together, wire together, meaning simply that when a when few neurons get activated or triggered in, or activated, yeah, in a certain way, there we are creating a pathway, like they are getting wired together. You can imagine like a wire, a thread. Okay. Yeah, I see you guys. Okay, so people are voting for the same book. And Amber says 1,000 followers, folks follow Anisha. Oh, sorry, no. Okay, 1,000 followers, folks following you, Anisha. Yay. Yeah, we did, I think we celebrated that, I think just in a few lives ago, and I'm so grateful to have such a beautiful, amazing, and a big community of you all, It is it is beyond my imagination. So yeah, I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Simon says, what if you have a neurological condition? Simon, I think I'm not going to comment on that one because I don't have a lot of knowledge in about neuroscience. Okay. I have the basics, but yeah, I'm not a neuroscientist or I don't have expertise related to, neurological disorders or stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think it would be right for me to express anything when I know I don't know about it. So yeah, but still, thank you for asking. Simon says no problem. Wonderful. Thank you for understanding, Simon. Let's see. Okay. So Rachel and Lisa wants to go with the same book. Other people, are you guys okay with going with the same book one more time? Lisa says, we are so grateful for you, Anisha. Oh, that is so sweet. Okay, we also want the same book. People are liking this. Okay. So, so we already have a lot of numbers, but maybe since those numbers are old now, so if you guys feel called to, you can again share a number between 15 to 160. Okay. Or I think 165. Yeah. So again, you can share a number between 15 to 165, whatever number is coming up for you. Because I think I might have lost those old numbers. I have to scroll down a lot. So yeah, take your time and share whichever number that is coming up for you. Okay, thank you, Lisa. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Rachel. Oh, there are two Rachels. Okay. I have met a lot of Rachels in the past few months. Two. Okay. No, no further. Yeah. So, okay. Thank you. Two beautiful, amazing Rachels. Thank you. B. Corey. Is that right? Am I pronouncing your name right? You can correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you. So we have some numbers now. Again, I see that some new people have joined us. So I want to let you know if anyone who has joined us right now or joining us for the very first time, that it doesn't matter, whose number I choose amongst all of these numbers. And I'm not going to choose the number that is at the top. Okay, so I'm going to tune into my intuition and see which number am I feeling called to. And then, whoever number I choose, the message that comes through from that page is meant for everyone because you are here. So, you were meant to receive that message. Okay. Rachel says, good evening from Australia. Good evening, Rachel. um, okay, there is like, okay, we have a new number by Amber. Okay. So, Amber, I will consider both of your number. Okay, and another Rachel is from London. I love the space, where we get to interact with people all around the world. Like, yeah, there is no boundary of any sorts, and I love that. Okay, so let's see which number do I feel called to. Mhm. Okay, so the number that is coming up for me is 25, and the number has been chosen by B. Corey for all of us. Thank you for choosing that number for us. Hmm. So let's see what is on page number 25. Mhm. Okay, so there is like a long story. I'm just trying to find the start of it. Oh, Rachel also guessed that. Amazing. Love the alignment. Hmm. Okay. So the author says the author is sharing like a three-step choose again method. So that is the heading for this. And mm, the first step in this method is notice the thought. Okay, so the author says when you find yourself stuck in negativity or fear, consciously step back. You can do this by noticing that your thoughts and energy are out of alignment. So they are out of alignment with joy or with whatever it is that you're trying to feel. So step back and ask yourself, how do I feel right now? And write that answer down. Okay. Then, the second step is forgive the thought. Forgive yourself for being misaligned and celebrate your desire to shift. So remember, the author do not say judge yourself or criticize yourself for not being the way that you wanted to, not thinking in a manner that you want to. Okay. But forgive yourself and then celebrate yourself, celebrate your desire that now you want to shift that. So whatever happened happened, but now I want to do that. I want to do the right thing. So forgive and then celebrate your desire to shift. Thank your negative feelings and thoughts for showing you what you don't want and revealing what you do. Because I always say that your emotions are not bad. We have given that negative connotations to our emotions or how we feel just because they feel unpleasant. But no emotion of yours is bad. They're trying to convey some information to you. Okay. And the information that the author here is highlighting is that your emotions are conveying that what you want and what you don't want. Okay. So again, this is again a good reminder. So when we notice, so we step back, we ask ourselves, how am I feeling right now? When we feel that we are not in alignment with what we want, right? We are not feeling joy. So step back, ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? And then thank your emotions for letting you know that this is something that you don't want, or this is something that you do want. Mm-hmm. Leslie says, would you kindly type the three briefly at some point, please? Yeah, I think I might, yeah, I can type that, or maybe I will mention that in the group in detail. Okay, Leslie, so you don't miss out on anything. So yeah, in case, I'm going to just share the name of the group in case anyone have to leave early. So I have a group known as Wonderful Beings on Insight Timer. So you can search for it or find it in my profile, like all the way down. So in that, I mention the readings that I do, as well as like everything. So kind of a summary of the lives. So you can find that there in one place. Um, yeah, where was I? Yeah. So thank your feelings for communicating that information that, okay, this is something that I want, or this is something that I don't want. Okay. Hmm. So, yeah, you can say something like, thank you for revealing to me what I don't want so that I can clarify what I do want. Then the third step is answer this question: what is the best feeling thought I can find right now? And then ask the universe to guide you towards that thought. So, in your journal, you can write down this prayer or say it to yourself: thank you, universe, for guiding my thoughts towards good feeling emotions. As you practice this step, remember that you are reaching for the next best feeling. You are not required to land on the ultimate solution. So, for instance, if you are struggling with finances, the thought, I am going to be out of debt in 1 week, is likely to create more misalignment because you probably won't believe it. Instead, choose a thought that feels realistic and possible. For this step to work, you must believe in your next best thought. If there is any doubt, then your energy won't back up your prayers. Keep in mind that the universe always hears your prayers, but your energy must support those prayers in order for you to hear the guidance that the universe then provides. Hmm. Okay, let me see if they have given an example of, yeah. So, the example of another thought that is the next best thought, but not the complete opposite or a very optimistic thought. Like, way out of place or way unbelievable for you. So, you can say instead of saying that, okay, I will be out of the depth in this week. So you can say that I'm open to create possibilities for abundance to flow to me. So, again, I'm repeating the steps. The first step is the author says notice the thoughts, but it feels like notice the emotions. Yeah, okay. So ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? So, whenever you're feeling like misaligned, then thank your emotions. Instead of criticizing them, wanting to get rid of them, thank them for bringing your attention to what you do, for letting you know that this is something that I don't want. So your energy is freed up to focus on the things that you do want. And then finally, ask yourself, what is the next best thought that I can think right now? Okay, that would take me closer to the things that I do want. And don't make the thought unrealistic. Keep it logical and yet inclined towards the things that you do want, or inclined towards the feeling that you do want to feel in this moment. So, hmm. So I hope that, whenever you are struggling, you remember to do this. And and if while I was reading this, if anything came to your mind, feel free to share that in the comment, okay? Or if the strategy is resonating or you are like, okay, I'm going to give this a try, you can comment in the comments and just, hold accountability or something like that. Um, Thank you, Bichari, for that kind donation. I am so very grateful to receive this gift from you. I am glad that something from this live touched you. And I'm sure that this little drop, this beautiful drop of abundance and love that you have, you know, dropped into this world is going to create ripples and it is going to affect many other people and it is going to come back to you as well and bless different aspects of your life. Because he says, with my love. Lisa says, this is a great book, one of my favorites so far. I am glad that you are resonating with, the beautiful guidance and the beautiful reassurance or the wisdom from these books, from this book especially. Sona says, I like the step of gratitude, the emotion through the process. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Sona, what is resonating with you, because, yeah, it is so, so very important to learn to develop a relationship with your emotions. And that relationship can be of love and gratitude, of care, of compassion, rather than of criticism, judgment, hate, you know, because it is, and it harms us. We don't know, but it harms us in ways that we are not aware of. And since Sona, this resonated with you, and if you would like to learn how to do that, I do have like a particular guided journey for you in this particular course. So, in the last lesson of this course, I have included guidance as to how you can be with your difficult emotions, how to process them rather than just wanting to get rid of them, because that don't work. You guys have tried it for your whole life, or maybe it don't work for the long term at least. Maybe in the short term it might have worked. So, yeah, if you want to learn how to process them in a healthy manner, feel free to check out the last lesson of this course, or maybe the whole course if you find that appealing to you or if it resonates with you. Leslie says, so perfect for me today. Wonderful. I love that this live resonated with you. Okay, guys. So it seems like, we have spent more than 1 hour together. So, hmm, yeah, let's wrap this live. Okay, so, um, again, a reminder that if you would like to get a summary of this live, you can check out my course, which is Wonderful Beings. Okay, so if you would like to go through the readings that we did yesterday, you can find the group here. You can go to my profile. Okay, let me put it here. Yeah. So you can go to my profile and you can, on the home page only, you can scroll all the way down These are the latest tracks that have been released, which would go perfectly actually now that I think of it. As you know, you are trying to develop a loving relationship with you. So you can start with your body, just saying dear head, thank you, or dear eyes, thank you, and stuff like that. So yeah, that would also be an alignment of sort. So yeah, you can check that out. Yeah, so I was telling you about the group. So at the bottom, you would see here, wonderful beings. It is a little community of mine on Inside Timer. And I would love to have you there, if you feel called to, because I share a summary of the live, including the type of meditation that we did, the name of the book, as well as the readings from that book in that group. So you don't miss out on anything. And I also update if a new track is getting released. And if you don't want to join the group, you can simply, if you're new to me, you can simply follow me to get notified about the new track, the new meditation, because one meditation comes out every week, or also to get notified for the next live. Um, my next live right now is day after tomorrow on 8th of August. It is at a different time. Um, yeah, so for those of you who can make it, I would love to have you in that beautiful space, to share that space with you guys. Um, yeah, and that's it for today's live. If you would like to check out more from me, I already have a lot of playlist and like 7 courses, so you can go through them and see which one resonates with you. And yeah, if you can just go through my profile and see what all is available. So, thank you so much for your kind presence today, for the lovely interaction, the beautiful hearts that flowed in. It really makes me feel loved. and and thank you especially to you, Lisa and Bikari, for this beautiful, support. It really means a lot. I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. I will see you day after tomorrow. Bye, Amber. Namaste, Bikari. Namaste, Sona. Thank you, V. I'm glad that you enjoyed the session. Bye. Take care. Thank you so much, Leslie, for this donation. Really, I am so grateful not only to receive the support from you, which really allows me to continue showing up and to share all these different resources for free, so it is available for to everyone who need it. But also I'm glad to see that something resonated with you. And Leslie, don't forget to check out that, body series, because I know you love it. So yeah, just a reminder. Okay. Bye. Bye, Lisa. Good night, Rachel. You're welcome, Rachel. Bye.